This podcast is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions.
Welcome to The Wire, Agent Edition, the week in real estate presented in digestible bites. Hold on while our AI hosts take us on another ride through this week's top real estate headlines.
Welcome back to The Wire, everyone. You know we love to do these deep dives for you.
Especially for our awesome real estate agents out there.
You got it. And we've been combing through a ton of industry news and advice lately, really digging into the stuff that we think can actually help you navigate this crazy market.
Yeah, kind of like giving you the cheat sheet, right? We've got some great pieces from Realtor Magazine. One by Christine Hansen really stood out. And then over on RIS Media, we found Daryl Davis dropping some serious knowledge. Plus, we've got the experts from PropStream weighing in as well.
And we can't forget about those big market trends. Those always seem to sneak up on you.
They really do. And the goal today is to go beyond just skimming the surface, you know? We want to give you 3 solid themes we spotted, one insight that honestly kind of surprised us.
It might surprise you too.
It just might. And then, of course, a concrete takeaway that you can put into practice like right away.
Huh?
So are you ready to dive in?
I'm ready. Let's kick things off with the first theme, shall we? And this one popped up everywhere. It's the power of, get this, actually talking to people.
Proactive outreach, building those relationships, keeping them strong, both with your current network and those potential new clients.
Totally. Christine Hansen in Realtor Magazine, she nailed it. Even those conversations that feel a little, I don't know, awkward with people in your sphere, they're crucial.
You know, just asking those homeowners, hey, have you ever considered selling? It sounds so simple, but it can really open up doors you wouldn't believe.
And what's great is, even if they say, nah, not for me, it can still lead to more questions, right?
True.
You're planting those seeds for down the road.
Absolutely. And I think this ties into something really interesting about like getting out of your comfort zone. You know, it's easy to just get stuck in the daily grind, but Hansen's saying, hey, remember, real estate's about people. Those initial conversations, even if they feel a little iffy at first, that's where the magic happens.
Right. It's about creating opportunities, not just waiting for them to fall into your lap.
Exactly. You're in control.
And she takes it even further. She's like, go research those owners who've been in their homes for a while. 15, 20 plus years. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Life changes. People might be thinking about downsizing. Maybe the kids are gone. Retirement's looming.
That's thinking strategically. You're not just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. You're looking at demographics where a move statistically makes sense.
Working smarter, not harder.
Right. Bingo.
And it's not just those traditional homeowners either. She's like, don't forget about investors. This market is constantly in flux. Anyone with rental properties might be thinking, okay, maybe it's time to sell some off, or exploring those 1031 exchanges, getting into something new. It's all about understanding the different things driving people in this market.
For sure. And speaking of different motivations, Daryl Davis over in RIS Media, he totally backs this whole relationship thing. He's straight up saying mastering listings is going to be make or break moving forward.
No kidding. He lays out 9 strategies, and a lot of them come down to that direct outreach, putting yourself out there.
Yeah, he gives you the play-by-play. Like revisiting those expired listings, for example. Those sellers, they've already shown they want to move. Maybe they just need someone with a fresh perspective, someone who can offer solutions where the last agent maybe didn't.
I like his approach to FSBOs too, the whole for sale by owner thing. He's like, don't go in guns blazing trying to get that listing. He's more about offering something valuable up front, like market data, positioning yourself as the neighborhood expert.
Yeah, be the go-to, even if they don't sign with you right away. It's about building trust, right? It's not always about the quick win.
Exactly. It's that long game approach.
Yeah.
You're giving value first. Then when they hit those inevitable roadblocks, trying to sell on their own, you're the one they remember.
Makes sense. That's smart.
And he brought up something I never really thought about. Those orphan clients. They're past clients of agents who've, I don't know, maybe moved on, left the brokerage. Those people already have a connection to your company. There's already that trust there. They might just need a new point person.
Oh, I like that. That's a gold mine right there, just waiting to be tapped.
It really is. A quick check-in call can work wonders for rekindling those relationships. Another one of his ideas was those exclusive neighborhood open houses. Instead of just opening it up to everyone, invite the neighbors for a special preview. More intimate, less pressure, and you can strike up conversations with potential sellers right there in the thick of it.
I've heard that can be really effective. The exclusivity makes people feel special, and you naturally start talking about the market, their own plans, even if they're not actively looking to sell at that moment.
It's all about being that friendly face, the go-to expert in their own backyard.
Absolutely. Community connections are huge.
She also mentioned the importance of networking with other local businesses, attorneys, financial advisors, even shop owners. They're interacting with people every day who might be thinking about real estate.
Referrals from those trusted sources can be game changers, can't they?
Huge. And lastly, under this whole relationship building umbrella, Davis suggests connecting with those rental property owners, offering them a market analysis. It's like maybe they're tired of being a landlord, and seeing that potential return if they sold could be really eye-opening.
It's all about understanding those pain points, right? Each type of owner has different things they're dealing with. You offer solutions like freeing up cash, simplifying their life, and suddenly you're not selling, you're helping.
Makes sense. Now let's shift gears a bit, still under this proactive outreach theme. But the PropStream experts, they're also writing for RES Media, they have a really interesting take. They're all about targeting those motivated sellers, people facing big life changes or financial situations that might force a sale.
Right, think pre-foreclosure, bankruptcies, maybe tax issues, liens, that sort of thing. PropStream, their bread and butter is finding these folks through data.
It's amazing what they can do. They give you the tools to pinpoint people who might be feeling that pressure to sell, making your outreach that much more targeted and timely too.
Right place, right time, right message.
And they had a really practical tip. Refresh those old lead lists with the latest PropStream data. You never know. Someone who wasn't ready to sell a year ago might be in a totally different situation now.
Smart move. Don't just chase new leads, mine those existing contacts, see what's changed.
Looking back at all this, from Hansen to Davis to PropStream, what strikes me is the common thread is the conversations. Data's great, but it's about really connecting with people, getting to know their stories, building that trust. That seems to be the magic formula for unlocking those listings.
It's like they say, data informs, but connection converts. All right, ready for theme number 2?
Hit me with it.
So this one's all about rolling with the punches, adapting to the market, showing off that real estate expertise you've got.
Market's always changing. Got to stay one step ahead.
Right, and Sean Moudry, writing in Housing Wire, he breaks down price reductions, but he does it in a really interesting way. He starts with, okay, what kind of market are you even in? Seller's market, buyer's market, or things balanced? He says the absorption rate is your key indicator.
Yeah, he made it super clear. Absorption rate above 20%. That's less than 4 months of inventory. That screams seller's market. Demand is through the roof. Then you've got your balanced market, that's 15% to 20% absorption, or 4 to 6 months of inventory. And anything below 15%, over 6 months of homes sitting there, that's buyer's market territory.
Understanding those numbers, that's how you have those smart conversations about pricing strategy with your sellers. And Mondry's adamant about this. Before you even think about lowering the price, make sure everything else about that listing is top-notch. Professional photos, killer descriptions, strong online presence, curb appeal has got to be on point, staging, flexible showings. Get all that right first.
Right. You can't just slap a Band-Aid on it. Got to tackle the root of the problem.
Exactly. Now, those PropStream experts, they double down on that whole expertise thing. They're like, come prepared, have that killer pitch for your sellers. Back it up with a solid CMA, current market trends, lay it all out.
Show them you know your stuff. Give them that confidence that you're the one to guide them.
And Daryl Davis chimes in too. He's all about positioning yourself as more than just a salesperson, You're a consultant, a trusted advisor, especially when you're talking to those expired listings or FSBOs.
Okay, this is where things get juicy. There was an article in Real Estate News that mentions a study by Realtix. Apparently, top agents are seeing more and more listings getting consolidated. These agents are focusing on selling. They're killing it with higher sales volumes, but they're actually handling fewer listings overall.
Whoa, wait, really? That's pretty counterintuitive.
I know. What do you make of that?
That Realtix finding is fascinating. It's like our top producers shifting gears. Maybe they're being super selective with the listings they take, focusing on those high potential properties, putting more energy into each one.
Like that boutique white glove service.
Yeah. It could also mean that sellers are really looking for those seasoned pros, the ones who can get top dollar and close deals like a boss. And maybe they're willing to pay a premium for that.
So it's like quality over quantity is becoming the name of the game at the top.
Makes you think, could specializing, offering that more personalized service, even if it means handling fewer listings overall, be a winning strategy? It's an interesting thought, for sure.
It really is. And just to throw another wrench into the mix, Lawrence Yun, he's the chief economist over at NAR. He's projecting home price increases like 3% in 2025, 4% in 2026, and he's blaming it on, surprise, surprise, the lack of inventory.
Yeah.
Classic. But his advice for us, for real estate agents, is to really play up that home equity growth. It's a huge motivator for both buyers and sellers.
Yun always has those insightful data points, too, about how much equity's gone up in different areas. That kind of stuff can really hit home during presentations, literally.
Absolutely. Okay, ready to move on to our third and final theme.
Let's do it.
This one's all about the tech, leveraging those modern tools and strategies to boost your efficiency and make a bigger impact. The game's always changing. Got to keep up.
You snooze, you lose, right? Christine Hansen, she comes back with this great point about auditing your social media, your landing pages, making sure your content's fresh, relevant, and most importantly, designed to get people to actually reach out and talk to you.
It's not just about being present online. It's about using it to spark real conversations.
Right. No more passive scrolling allowed.
Daryl Davis, he's a big fan of social media too. He recommends setting up a Facebook group, hyper-local, focused on the community. Share useful stuff, home maintenance tips, local events, news, not just constant listings. It's about becoming that trusted source, a valuable part of the neighborhood.
It's that whole be the mayor of your town idea, right? Position yourself as the go-to for anything and everything local.
Exactly. And then you've got the Jason Mitchell group they're writing over on RAS Media. They're all about using technology to help teams grow. They're talking CRMs, keeping those leads organized, transaction management software to streamline all that paperwork, and marketing automation to stay on top of things.
All about working smarter, not harder.
Right. Right. And they even touched on AI-powered lead generation and virtual tours. Those are becoming huge.
Makes sense. The more you automate those tedious tasks, the more time you have for building relationships and closing deals. And of course, PropStream, gotta give them credit, they're big proponents of their own platform as this all-in-one solution. Finding those motivated sellers, running those detailed CMAs, skip tracing to track down contact info, even managing those marketing campaigns all in one spot.
They really do cover all the bases. And then you have Ashley Harwood. She's writing in Housing Wire. She makes this amazing argument for always hiring a professional photographer. Professional photos, it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. She's like, high-quality visuals are make or break for showcasing listings online. They can lead to faster sales, maybe even higher prices, and it builds a strong brand for you.
I love that she even shares a story about a lower-priced condo that just flew off the market thanks to amazing photos. Proves her point. Visuals are everything online these days.
Couldn't agree more. And speaking of visual impact, Brandon Doyle in Realtor Magazine, he gets into this cool trend, smart lighting for homes. All that AI-powered customization, you can set different moods for different times of day, really create an experience for those potential buyers.
So it's like using smart lighting to stage the home in a whole new way, making those showings that much more memorable.
Exactly. And finally, Daryl Davis comes back to those past clients. He gives a 7-step plan for re-engaging those folks, leveraging broker support to find those so-called orphan clients, picking up the phone, asking those open-ended questions, giving them those valuable market updates, and staying in touch consistently.
He's right. In this digital age, you've got to use all the tools at your disposal to keep those relationships warm, social media, personalized videos, even those digital home equity reviews. And don't forget about your CRM. Set those reminders so no one slips through the cracks.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, so after all of that, I think we stumbled upon a pretty surprising insight. It goes back to that Realtix study we mentioned earlier, the one about top agents actually handling fewer listings.
Right. That they're actually selling more while working with fewer listings. That's a real head scratcher, isn't it?
It goes against everything we've been taught, right? More listings, more success. But these top performers, they're proving that wrong. It's like they're shifting to this more focused quality over quantity approach.
I wonder what's driving that shift. Could it be the scrutiny after the NAR settlement? Maybe top agents are really focusing on delivering that top-tier service to justify those fees.
It's possible. Or maybe they're just getting really good at spotting those high-potential listings and then going all in with their marketing strategies, making each one count.
It definitely suggests that showing off that expertise, proving you can deliver results, that's becoming the key differentiator for securing those prime listings.
It's almost like a status symbol, you know? I'm so good, I only need to work with a handful of clients to crush it. Do you think we'll start to see this trend trickle down to other agents?
It's an interesting question. Will more agents ditch the more is more mentality and embrace this quality over quantity approach? Time will tell. But it certainly makes you think about how to really focus your efforts to deliver maximum value to a select group of clients instead of spreading yourself too thin.
So much to unpack there. So if we had to boil all this down to one key takeaway for our listeners, what would it be? What's the golden nugget they should walk away with?
The one thing that just keeps coming up across all the sources is that proactive, personalized communication, showing off your expertise in a market that never stands still, that's the winning formula. And that expertise, it goes beyond just knowing the stats. You have to interpret them, communicate what they mean to those potential sellers in a way that clicks.
Totally agree. So whether it's reaching out to those in your sphere, reconnecting with past clients, or using those awesome marketing tools like professional photos or even getting into that smart staging, it's all about building those relationships and showcasing that you know your stuff.
Don't be afraid to pick up the phone, send that personalized email, connect on social media. Those human connections, they make all the difference.
Okay, so as you're planning your week ahead, think about those conversations you're going to start. How can you highlight your market knowledge, show those potential sellers what you bring to the table? And are you using the tech out there to be as efficient as possible?
Be deliberate with your outreach, strategic with your marketing, and stay focused on those relationships. That's how you build a successful business in this market.
We hope this deep dive's given you some great ideas to put into practice. Your ability to connect with people, to navigate this crazy market, and to use the right tools, that's what's going to set you apart in 2025 and beyond.
It'll be fascinating to see how these trends play out, how agents adapt and find creative ways to thrive. It's going to be an exciting ride.
You got that right. Thanks for tuning in to The Wire, everyone. We'll be back with more insights soon. Until then, keep building those connections and showing the world what you've got.
We'll see you next time.
If you're interested in your own personalized edition of The Wire, please visit us at thewire.fm/custom. We offer market-specific podcasts with all the latest real estate news and market analysis delivered to you weekly or monthly. Own your market with a personalized edition of The Wire, the week in real estate. Thank you for listening.